It is that time of year where the Virgos come out and let us know because your energy is this earthy energy, and I see this energy coming through. So, just before I turn on the camera, I got some cards for you, Virgos, and here's what they are. You have this Eight of Swords energy, and this is a mindset card, but this card is talking about defending yourself, right? Defending yourself. There might be some conflict, there might be obstacles. You can see this woman is like at work. So this could be some type of issues or problems or difficulties you're having in your work. But at the end of the day, I see it some type of mental conflict or verbal conflict, or just something has to happen, right? It just has to happen. A conversation has to happen. At the end of the day, you will be successful with that Nine of Cups. Okay, it's just the way you take it, and your spirit feels ready to leave. So Virgo, this energy, it really gives me the energy of like you're ready to walk away from a job. Honestly, that's the direct energy. Now, if we translate it and look at it a little bit differently, this could just be a mental situation. It could be a relationship. It could be just your work, not work, where you're living, right? It can be that situation. So I do see this talking card. I got this card as well for you, Virgos, and a Six of Cups. Six of Cups is nostalgic feeling. So you may be thinking of things that bring you a nostalgic feeling, or you definitely bring this vibe to someone. Someone's thinking about you, and they're thinking about the times that they spend with you, because this is interested, talking, conversing. Okay, messages coming in, text, email. You may be receiving information from either old co-workers, exes that you've dated, or just people who really miss you in your energy. You may feel like you're ready to leave a situation. It could be a job or a relationship, and you may be directly communicating with others at this time, Virgo. But I do definitely see a lot going on when it comes to talking and texting, and you may do that as a job for your field. Because with the King of Swords here, this is a reasonable person, a logical person, but it could also be someone who isn't really heavily focused on their emotions, right? So this is definitely Aquarius energy. So if you, those of you who are connecting with an Aquarius air sign energy, that could be that. But I definitely just get this vibration of that you're being more reasonable and logical about the situation. So even though your spirit is ready to get up and leave, you may be really thinking about how can I be successful through this conflict. All right. I see you spending a lot of time with yourself, walking away, not necessarily physically walking away, but this is actually like spending time meditating and spending time with yourself, reflecting, all right, and just not being directly around a bunch of people, even though you're talking and communicating. All right, so the middle of the deck, you have the Two of Pentacles. That shows having fun, lighthearted fun. Don't forget to enjoy yourself at this time. And the Knight of Wands, which is talking about your potentials. Okay, so you, when you take this time, I just see you very well rounded, Virgo. Like this energy with this Knight of Wands is like no longer being potential. This is going from potential to actually becoming it, right? So you're no longer a person of potential. You are now becoming the person who is definitely taking action and going after it. All right, so I see that heavily coming through for your reading. Ace of Coins at the bottom of this deck, showing that the underlying energy is a new beginning. It could just be a new goal. It could be you just initiating new things. And I do see you initiating this meditation, yoga, prayer, or just time with yourself, like really to reflect, because that's also something, Virgos. All right, so now we're going to get this. Seems like a very spiritual reading. At the end, the coins came out, but I do have the Hierophant reverse. So yes, this is a very it's coming off. I don't see it going directly towards. Usually, readings will either go directly towards finances, or they will strongly start going towards connections and love. But this reading seems very much in the spiritual space. All right, I will tell you the Hierophant reverse. My reversals, I take them as internal energy, and because this is a major arcana card, Hierophant, I'll show you it right side up. Reverse, it talks about your belief, your internal belief systems. And this is you really taking that time right now, Virgos. You may be thinking about your spirituality, your specific religion, or you may just be thinking about your beliefs about relationships, whether it's marriage, instability, stabilizing a situation. Because this card, a Hierophant, talks about stabilizing a relationship. It could be marriage, as you can see, but it definitely could just be going from dating someone to taking it more seriously. And it also talks about your beliefs. So it's either or both, right? So the other way this card is telling me, some of you Virgos out there are definitely just heavily thinking about your belief systems and if they make sense to you, and not just on a spiritual level, but on a realistic, reasonable level. Some of your thought processes may be around conflict and how to handle conflict. For instance, you may have always had the thought that you should avoid it, and now you're in the space of, you know what, I need to speak up for myself. That's just an example because I did see this conflict card come out first. So this is talking about realizing and realistically going back through in a reasonable way your actual belief systems, and maybe changing those and keeping the ones that are necessary. So there's a maturing and a pruning and a change and an ending of a mindset that's definitely happening here. All right. I get a lot of spiritual energy, Virgos. So let's see where this reading is going. Eight of Wands talks about communication, talks about opportunities coming in. It is reversed. So what that means is either there's a stop to communication, a direct stop to communication, but the other thing is, I see you communicating more with yourself. Obviously, you have that talk card, so somebody is talking. Maybe you're just talking to yourself or the specific people that you're talking to. You're not talking and broadcasting all of your information. The other thing this is opportunities coming in. It could be that you're thinking opportunities have stopped, but I do see, at the bottom of the deck, you have the Three of Swords. So maybe you have been hurt by someone, and now that has stopped you from talking about it or about the situation. All right, Judgment card at the top of the deck. It is a lot of these cards are reversed here. So you're spending a lot of time internalizing things and really thinking about who you are, what you accomplish, and where you want to go. With the Two of Wands and the Four of Swords, this is spending a lot of time in meditation and contemplation. And Two of Wands is making a strong decision. So this is a decision that you need to make around a relationship. I heavily just feel like this is a relationship. It could be work, could just be family, it could be where you're living. It's going to be different for each person. Take what resonates, and the rest of the information may be for someone else. Okay, so let's go ahead and get another card from this wellness deck to see what is going on in the state of the relationships. Healthy choices, absolutely. So you need to make a decision wrapped around healthy choices, and it says make healthy choices in love and in life. Self-love, self-care, being happier. And I just get that, Virgos. I feel like this whole reading is about you, and what I mean by that, of course the reading's always about you, but it's not about finances. It's not about who you're connecting with. It's about your spiritual growth, your emotional states, and your specific belief systems, Virgo. This has been blaring out the whole time. Every time I pull more cards, I don't see a clear direction that is going. It just keeps telling me the messages you need to hear. So yes, there's been some heartaches, there's been someone who has talked about you, or conflicts going on, and you're looking at new ways of seeing it and new ways of going after it. The Five of Cups, this is talking about having more humility. Like, you're successful, but there's been some battles. Like, you had to fight, you had to win. It had to be some efforts that was made before you got to this place. And you may be in a place where you're at a very, very nice level of self-care, or you are happier. But I do see you making a lot of healthy choices. I mean, that healthy choices card came out, and maybe you're talking about it now. Maybe you're being more vocal. Maybe that was the difficult situation that you're working through. Maybe you're reaching some weight goals, or maybe you're reaching some health goals, and now you're like, I want to be a vegan, vegetarian, or I'm going fully raw. Okay, so now we have stability and security coming in, permanence, growth, endurance, and flexibility. So I strongly see that you are growing as a person and you becoming more stable and more secure with who you are and the happiness that you put within yourself. I also see this endurance about yourself and this flexibility. So I see this being a long term situation for you. All right. You have the Magician card here as well. Okay. So, Virgo, this is talking about, look at the shining. You got a lot of cards that have this like crown, someone with a crown, and even that Hierophant card had a crown. You can see she has a lot of sunlight above her in meditation. It's just like you're glowing, right? You have this inner outer glow about yourself, and it's because you're taking care of yourself. The Magician card, it talks about someone who has everything that they need. She has a paintbrush in her hand, and she's very creative individual, and she's creating, but it's her gift, right? So you're working on being happier, you're working on being more grounded, more stable, more flexible, and I just see maybe you're talking more about it, or maybe people are talking about you and how you're changing and how they're seeing this. So this is great energy to be in, Virgos. I hope this message definitely resonated with some of you out there. Please definitely like and subscribe, and I will come out with another video for you in the next couple of weeks. All right, see you then.